Hello again everyone, Craig here from Soundiron, and today I'm excited to introduce to you our newest library, Nightmare Violin. This library is packed with some very eerie articulations from pizzicato swarms and haunting ricochets to unsettling ponticello sustains, violent tremolos, and more, all with 6 round-robin variations. This library is built for the full version of Contact as well as the free Decent sampler. Nightmare Violin also comes loaded with 40 sound design dark textural pads and evolving drones, perfect for creating those immersive and spine-tingling soundscapes. So whether you're scoring a horror film, video game soundtrack, or just looking to add some serious darkness to your compositions, this library's got you covered. So let's go ahead and dive in now and start checking out some of the sounds and features within Nightmare Violin. So the instrument that you're going to be hearing in this library is this violin that you see right next to me. I recorded it in my studio. It's very dry and treated. I used a pair of TLM 102s to really get all the detail of it and to really capture all of its eerie creepiness. So let's just go ahead and start listening to some of the different articulations. Right now I have these pizzicato swarms loaded up, so let's have a listen to this. And then if we head over here to the effects rack, you'll see that we have a little bit of reverb on here. It's a hull, and then the mix isn't turned very high, but if you want to add a little bit more, we can turn this up. And these are these looped pizzicato swarms. I just played a bunch of little pizzicatos over and over just to give it a little bit of movement. There's 6 round robins, so if you play a note, play it again. All right, so if we click this drop down below where you see Nightmare Violin, you'll see that you have pizzicato swarms, ponticello ricochets, ponticello sustains, and with the sustains they go in and out of a half step, and we'll check that out in a little bit. Then we have some tremolos, ponticello, as well as some violent tremolos. So let's check out the ponticello ricochets. And with this, all I did was let the bow bounce on the string and just occasionally do these sort of ponticello sustains. So it's a lot of random sort of ways that I played this just to make it very unexpected and very eerie. So let's just check out a single note. Let's check out the next one. These are the ponticello sustains, and with these I did a lot of random half steps. So if you play a single note and just let it play, you'll hear occasional half steps come in. So when you're playing chords, you'll hear a lot of random eerie variations. So let's just play a single note. Hear that half step. And I really love the sound of that. And what I wanted with this articulation was not necessarily to just play it as if it was just a solo instrument. I wanted to have those variations of half steps and really have an unexpected, eerie type of quality to it. So you can just play a bunch of C notes and just randomly hear half steps. So I really like the sound of that. So let's check out the next one. These are the Ponticello tremolos. And these sound really cool, especially when you play them super low. And then we have these violent tremolos, and with these all I did was play a bunch of just chaos on each string. So these are also on various strings, round robins, so let's check out some of these. And these are round robin as well. So when you're just playing clusters of notes, you can get a lot of chaos, which is pretty cool. So definitely not meant to be pretty. And this is meant to be sort of like the top chaos layer of all the string articulations. And with some of the effects presets, we have some really cool stuff that utilize these as well. So now I want to show you a really cool feature. And if you go over here to this key span, if you see this drop down, you'll see width, and then key span LR, which is left, right, and then key span right, left. And this is something that we've added for this library in particular. So this isn't meant to replicate a whole orchestra, but if you want to have more of the, when you play the lower notes on the right side, sort of like where cellos and basses live, and then violins more on the left side, you can do that by setting it to key span RL. And that's basically going to flip the stereo field. So when you're playing on the left side of the keyboard, it's going to go to the right speaker. Does that make sense? So all you have to do is now turn this up to get the full effect. So now if we do that same thing we just played, it kind of mimics that sound of the lower strings playing a bunch of chaotic tremolos and then the higher violins playing on the left side. So I thought that would really be cool to be able to blend this in with some other string samples, maybe just underneath. Maybe you have some Ponticello sustains and some other types of more softer strings, but then you want to add a little bit of that chaos. You can do that with this. So let's listen to that same thing now, but with the pizzicato swarm, so you can hear that. Kind of reminds me of that Last of Us type sound. All right, so before we get into some of the custom effects presets, I want to play for you some of the ambiences that we created for this library. We took these sounds and sound designed them to create 40 different atmospheric pads, drones, and textural soundscapes. So let's check out some of these. This is the Ambience B, Ambience 21. Alright, so before we go ahead and wrap up this video, I want to play for you some of the custom effects presets that come with the library. There's 20 to choose from. These are all perfect for ramping up the tension in any of your tracks. So let's check out some of these now. This next one's called Dead Horizon and it uses the mod wheel, so let's check this one out. This next one's called Dead Spaces, and let's see if you can get the reference for this one. Also uses the mod wheel. This next one's called Paralysis Pad. I really love this one. It sounds like little spiders are creeping up on you or something. This next one's called The Lurking Witch Mod Wheel, and very inspired by the movie The Witch, which is one of my favorite soundtracks and movies. So that about wraps up this walkthrough for Nightmare Violin. If you want to learn more about this library or check out some demos to hear it in action, make sure to head over to soundiron.com or click the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next walkthrough. Take care.